All right, we are back here at our nice little Oomba TV studios here at the Ontario Mills Mall for our Ontario Regional for the Unrivaled Tournament Series 2017. We just watched a great Munchkin game.
Fun Munchkin game. Quite a blast.
And then our next final game, winner on to Vegas for the finals, is going to be Ascension. Now, Ascension is a deck building game.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about Ascension. That's your favorite game.
I struggle with it, but I love it. It's like, do you cut your deck? Do you build it up? Essentially, you have 120 honor tokens in the middle. The goal is to get as much of that honor as possible, and then at the end of the after that honor is dissipated from the center, you count up your honor points from each card, and the person with the most cumulative score wins.
Now you get honor by beating monsters, buying monsters. There's a whole lot of stuff going. We'll explain it as we go. We have our judge. CJ is going to be our judge. And Ascension game is a little bit different than Munchkin, but there's not going to be a lack of excitement or a lack of strategy. This is definitely a game for those that love just strategy deck building games for sure.
Heroes, factions, the Void, the Cultist, Arhas, you've got everything, every which way to look at it, we're going to get into it.
You'll be hearing a lot of weird names being thrown out there. However, this is going to be a fun time. Yeah, we're going to have a great time calling this Ascension game.
And again, we touched on it just a second ago. The winner of this Ascension Championship table will be going to Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
Again, I don't know how we keep doing it at the same time. It's very weird.
It's magical. It's almost like a magic ticket.
Yeah, but going to be a 4-player game, so we're going to head out there as soon as we can. We might be heading out there right now, so let's go take a look and get this Ascension game starting. Winner to Vegas for that possible $250,000.
All expenses paid.
Hotel
covered.
Okay.
I was there. Just keep.
All right. Let's just get to the table, and we're going to play Ascension.
Alrighty. There they are. And who do we have here? We've got Adam, Sean, Tim, and Jeremy. I believe Adam has that Iron Maiden shirt on, if you see it. Sorry, Adam's got the Gray Elephant shirt on. Iron Maiden is the Sean. And I obviously, I don't want to say I have a horse in this race, but the guy in the Unrivaled shirt is Tim.
That's going to be a very good thing to do. As you see, the red coins or the red things and the diamond, little diamond-looking things.
The red honors.
Those are the honors.
The red honor rocks.
They're in the honor pool. There's 6 cards, as you see the layout right there. Each card has a little red power ball for monsters. Those are the monsters. And the other ones have little triangle rune things. Rune things, each card will have a certain power up, whether it's runes, whether it's power. And that way you can buy monsters that give you benefits, or it has power where you can kill monsters and also give you honor and stuff. Each game you get started with what? What's in your hand to start the game?
So, funny the way it's dealt. Everyone is dealt 2 militias and 8 apprentices. A militia gives you +1 in power, and an apprentice gives you +1 in rune. Now, every hand you will shuffle, you will shuffle your deck. You've got your deck in your hand, and in your hand at all times there will be 5 cards, unless you play them. And with the 3 apprentices, you could buy something with 3 runes, or with the 2 militias, you could defeat a monster with 2 powers. Now, there are no monsters with 2 powers, however.
The one thing that is the constant is the cultist. Now, you can kill the cultist as many times as possible with your power. So say you have 4 power, kill the cultist twice, you get 2 honor. If you want to come around and kill the cultist your next turn, you can. But when you kill a monster in the middle row, that automatically gets voided and discarded, and you automatically take a card and put it back and replace it.
Exactly. Something you touched on. The key word there, the void. V-O-I-D, void. Whenever something is banished, it goes to the void and cannot be recovered unless, again, a card would say otherwise, which I don't believe in this version of Ascension we have a card like that. Otherwise, your turn, once you've played those cards, the cards that you've played down, your heroes or your apprentices, your militia, will go immediately into your discard pile. And then once you've run through all the cards in your hand, you will shuffle that discard pile and draw those top 5.
Yes, and again, this is a deck building game. You do get honor by you do go those little ruby diamond things by defeating monsters and acquiring cards. However, some cards have honors on them, and at the end of the game, you combine the honors that you have for the physical and what your cards have.
Now, a card should be there. It is. There should never be a vacancy in the center. If they are, they're just lagging in time. The first thing that always happens in the turn of the stack is after you've played down, or as soon as a card is is been defeated or purchased from the center row, one will be drawn immediately and placed down. So that is the first thing that will happen. There you saw it again. And really interesting because a lot of this, if you just think about it and you're like, oh, I just want to purchase as many cards as possible, you know, I don't really have a strategy, just pick up whatever I can here and there, you're gonna build a deck that's not gonna be really effective. It can essentially pollute your deck and you're really not gonna get to the cards you want because you're gonna have a bigger stack of cards. So what's one way to do that? We talk about some of the factions, and the factions are Lifebound,
Mechana, Void,
and Enlightened.
Right. And the one thing I do want to point out, there's heroes, which played every now and then through your deck, and then there are what is called constructs. And constructs are a little bit more powerful cards, and they stay out with you. And so you get those effects every turn. For example, we just saw a Shadow Star construct being played. And so once per turn, that adds 1 power. The power that you get for other cards that you're playing. So you do play your 5 cards, and then you'll get the power from your construct. And as you see, people will get the construct every now and then. Sean doesn't have one yet. Tim has one. It played the Shadow Star.
Whatever, how long it was.
You get those as you are. They have a lot of honor added to them.
I'll pull it if
they
nobody
just
else
are
does.
another reason to have certain power as we see this game going to kick into high gear. Ascension is kind of fast-paced moving game.
Yeah, and
Your play
it's
was
funny
buy the
because
one
when
thing
you
you can
start
buy.
coupling things, it tends to go, I mean, there's a reason they're in factions, and it all has to do with this elaborate story of Vigil. Again, game design, Justin Gary did it, Stoneblade, I believe, published. But basically,
4 and 2.
if you start
I will take
pairing
a cultist.
those factions, like Enlightened, if you start coupling a lot of Enlightened with Lifebound,
And I
or
will take 2
Enlightened with Mechana, they start to work in
heavy
tandem.
infantries.
And towards the end of the game, you're going to start getting these massive hands where people are drawing multiple cards, you know, huge hands where you can do incredibly powerful things. So it's going to be interesting to see what we have here. We've already got it going. It's already going on. It's going on.
So we'll go right into this game. This is a good game, fast-paced moving game. As you see right there, Tim takes a heavy infantry. That's +2 power for him for his next turn. Puts it back in the deck. Has 3 runes right now, looking to what he can buy.
Now, do you have a favorite faction you like to play, J-Man? Is there something
I'm
you like
big
to,
Lifebound.
towards
I like the
Lifebound?
Lifebound. My favorite construct is probably the Snapdragon. However, my favorite construct in the entire game is the Muramasa.
Oh, the Muramasa. And why do you like that card so much?
I like the Muramasa card because it gives you 3 power for each turn, but it also is the name of one of my favorite DJs who we were listening to earlier to pump us up.
There it is. There it is.
As we see Jeremy getting 2 honor right there into his turn.
Who's counting cultists?
You see a lot of shuffling. You have 5 cards in your hand. If you have 2 cards left over, you're going to have to shuffle all the time. As you see a construct being played, that is the Void Thirster.
Ooh, yeah.
That is being played over there by Sean.
Just a cultist.
And the Void Thirster is a Void construct, and once per turn you gain 1 power. And the first time you defeat a monster in the center row, each turn you gain 1 extra.
One extra.
So that's a good one to have right there because you're getting the 1 on.
Yep, I have 3 attack, which is not a whole lot of help.
Tim is doing a lot of thinking,
also
looking
not
at
a ton of
what's
help.
in it. It's always interesting to
take a
think
cultist.
about what the other people are playing, because if
I
they're
will
going
take
after a specific suit, a specific
heavy
genre, a
infantry.
specific faction, if you will, then maybe
let the
you know
last
that
go to
your
waste.
chance
It's
of
your
getting
turn.
those particular factions is probably less. So maybe you want to go a different route. This is a game where strategy is constantly changing. Constantly changing.
That is true.
Like a radio station on a road trip.
A lot of this game is kind of telling people what to do. You've got to keep people in the loop. You don't want to just throw stuff out there and kind of just leave them out to dry, because a lot of stuff, it is a fast-paced moving game. A lot of things will get taken away real quick.
But I'll take the draw 2 cards guy. That works for me.
That's not a bad card.
The early part of the game, it's kind of building your deck more than getting what the powerful cards is. You want to see what you can get. A lot of mystics, a lot of heavy infantries. As you see, we see ooh, that's the Rocket Courier X99 Mechana construct thrown out there right now. We've got a good board out there, mixture of monsters, heroes constructs. As we see Sean super happy with that turn.
Mechana, I don't even know how to say it. I just like saying it.
I'm going to say if we establish it as Mechana on the first day, until we're told it's not, we're going to keep going.
You would do that.
Yep.
You would do that.
5. Gives me 4 honor.
Adam, go ahead.
Banishing a card.
Banishing a
Plus
Wind
one for
Tyrant.
this.
Defeated a Wind Tyrant in the center. That's nice because he's going to gain 3 and gain 3. Or did he banish
You
it?
tell me to pay attention.
I think he defeated it
Okay.
because he
So I
got
have
the he
6
has the
buy
construct
because
of
of
Void
him.
Thirster, giving him an extra power.
So I'll take this for 4. Is that please?
Oh, yeah, see?
Big mistake.
I'll take this for 1.
You don't want that
And
guy.
1 more.
There we go.
They're all mistakes.
I will not
So a
take
lot of
that
these
one.
cards
Everything he
too
does is
Huge mistake.
will say you have the opportunity
Off to the
to
next. Luckily, I didn't
banish
do
a
that.
card in your hand, your discard pile, or this in a row.
Going to Vegas is
That can turn into effect if you know a card that someone wants to have, or if you just think that it's using up space up there. And that's a key later on in the game.
Right, and I believe with his Shadow Star, there it is. He's got 2 power out there, and he's going to go ahead and buy
Get that
Rocket
Mechana
Courier.
Courier.
Did he take
Never
it?
again.
Yeah, he took it the
Never
Rocket
again.
Courier, that Mechana construct.
Never
I
again.
believe if it is the Rocket Courier,
Never
it's tough to
again.
tell.
Last time
Once
we
he
used
draws
it
that, he
7
can put it
times
in
in a game,
play,
3 times in
and
one
that's going to be
turn.
1
Never
less
again.
on every
That's never happened since.
construct he has via Mechana.
I have a wild
is
card
nice.
hand yet.
That is
I
true. A
don't know.
lot of monsters on the board right now,
So,
waiting to
first
get
thing I'm
killed.
doing is getting rid of this
Sometimes that's a gift
Wait.
and a curse.
Yeah,
You want
Who cares?
you want to have a lot of
Pretend.
You also get to draw 2
monsters out there to kill, but if you don't have a lot of power, then
Then I get to figure
you're just
out
ending up buying the Mystic over and over,
right.
or the Heavy Infantry.
There has to be a sense of forethought in this game because as soon as you defeat a monster,
exactly the right amount.
that card is going to be replaced. So the next turn you're looking out, it's likelihood it's probably going to be a rune card. You never know. So because it switches up so much, I mean, you almost have to think about what is happening. You plan for the future. You know, like when you have a baby, you need to think about what they're going to do for college. Plan for the future in this game.
Do you like wolf shamans?
You just there we go. That is
I'll trade you.
Before you know it,
that is a life relation to what Ascension really is.
Those trips to
A
Walmart.
deck building game, planning for the future kind of game.
Those trips to Walmart where you buy every big package of candy are going to come back to hurt you when your child wants to go to Chapman University.
That is, logically speaking, yes.
All right, so I
Sorry, I got so angry there.
Just Tim loves his Ascension.
I love my Ascension, I love my Chapman, I love my Walmart.
Guess the Wolf Shaman.
So you see bot there. I believe that is the Flytrap Witch that was just purchased.
No way. She's my favorite of the witches. She's a cool witch.
I could be wrong right there. Again, we'll keep going until I was proven wrong.
I would sing the Nico and Vince song, but I
It
can't.
is not as he purchased the Wolf Shaman.
But
actually.
there, the Flytrap
I
Witch
was wrong.
just turned over.
And so there we go.
Now be your
I
turn.
love the Flytrap Witch. I think you and I really like playing
Discard
Lifebound,
one
even
to
though
draw
it's
2.
probably probability-wise not the best play.
Discard,
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah, you know.
Lifebound, leafbound.
Fruit, veggie, whatever.
Yeah, the Wolf Shaman that was purchased
For attack,
by
I
Sean
will
is
take
you gain a rune.
out.
Every time you play it in, you draw an extra card.
Right.
So it's another
I will
good
banish
chance for you as we get pulled
center.
over.
Whoa, when did you
And
get
that's
15?
something I love at the end.
That was a good throw right there, and I believe that actually is
Is
Is that the
Muramasa.
Muramasa? There he is,
I will
right in
also
the
banish
right
my
in the
efforts.
throng of it, which I believe is a tribute to old swordsmanship,
leaves
Japanese
3
swordsmanship.
Frenches. I will
Is
take
Muramasa?
Is that right?
It's like 14th, 15th century
pass the turn.
swordsmanship term.
You're asking the wrong guy right over
I'm
here.
telling.
Oh, you're telling
wrong
me.
guy. No, I don't know.
Let's see, I've got 4.
There's
5,
Tim.
Plus 1 is 6. Banish that.
Tim looking at cards. What's he? And there he is. That's great. He wiped out that Earth Tyrant, I believe. So picks up a 5 spot in the honor pool, and he's going to draw 2
Every
cards.
time I see Void, I
which
got
is
I'm
nice.
looking over this guy.
Looks like these guys are friendly.
Yeah,
Like, very nice.
they look
guys.
like a veteran group of players
Yeah.
that are comfortable with the pace of the game, seeing everybody. Yeah, it's
Seeing everybody, seeing cards,
I'm not OCD.
seeing people, seer of the
Because
fork
I
path.
did that in completely the wrong order. I'm not going to banish anything.
Banish the
So right now on the table,
could.
it looks like Adam has the most honor showing, but doesn't mean he's got the most in his
not
deck.
at all. You could have the most honor showing,
here, right?
but if you built a good deck, you can have a lot of honor based on constructs and the heroes that you built throughout the game.
Be friends.
Yeah, it's like, what's behind that parka? Oh my gosh, it's another sweater. Boom.
Yeah,
Depends on who wins, right?
I'll pass out Valentine's
I
cards.
believe we
I've
just
been there before.
got another purchase. I can't really see what it was that Tim just picked up.
There he is redrawing, taking those new 5.
Would be my turn.
Thanks,
It would be your turn.
And to Jeremy.
Let's do this card that he doesn't want again, because it's awful. It's awful.
It's terrible.
You don't want it.
Jeremy, very established beard, very established hat. Love his style.
That's a good look for the regionals.
Do I love his style of play? Let's see, what's he got out there? A couple runes.
Got a couple apprentices, or a couple mystics, I should say, one apprentice.
And I think he's got an Arbiter out there, which is a great card. Draw 2 cards, banish a card in your hand. Great way to thin out your deck, make sure you're only playing your fantastic cards. Fantastic cards.
4 left to buy.
Another Wind Tyrant on the board.
A lot of these moves, Ascension's a game, the moves are very deliberate. They're thought out, however, they're very, very deliberate, very kind of, here's what's going to do, but it's just, there's just a mass amount of strategy going into it with every pick of the card.
And that's why I suffer at this game. I'm not a thinker, I'm more of a doer. And this is tough for me because all of a sudden I'll be worked up about, oh, I want to grab all the power out there and kill all the monsters, and then they'll be gone, and what am I left with?
Exactly.
Nothing.
Banish a card in my hand or discard
We see
pile. I'll do the
Sean
discard.
playing down his cards.
Give you a little bit more space here.
He's going to banish a card. He's going to banish an apprentice,
Smart.
which
Get rid
is
of
a
the
smart move that doesn't give you any honor
Right.
throughout the game. You want to get rid of those cards that don't really help you out. A lot of runes just thrown down there with his mystics and an apprentice, I
This card's
believe.
all in your face.
Now-
Debating on what to buy right now. There are a lot of monsters out on the field right now.
Now you touched on that. Mystics and heavy militia, correct? Those are going to give you, those are essentially your jacked up apprentices and your regular militia. They give you +2 in runes if you've got a mystic, and +2 in power if you've got a heavy militia.
And I believe he had just,
Which I think
who did he
I'll
beat
just
just now?
I don't know, but I saw it tossed out. A seer, open up your eyes. We've got the all-seeing eye is out there. You don't need glasses to see it because once per turn you may draw a card.
That is a good card later on in the game.
Yeah. Coupled with what is right next to it. Is that a Tablet of Time's Dawn?
Different artwork is really messy.
Or is that an aesthetic? It's so hard to see.
And looking at them
5
upside down.
attacked. Oh, this has a new artwork in it. Oh. That's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a Tablet of Time's Dawn, correct? Right next to it. 2 very powerful enlightened factions.
Just thrown over was that Flytrap witch that we had talked about earlier.
Got his hand on it, doesn't get to do anything.
This is where the thought process comes in. It's, do I do it?
Yeah.
See something else I really like.
Do I do it?
I think at the end of
He
the
did
day,
it.
he says he's taking it.
Smart.
So it's a good construct for him to have. It costs 6 runes, but once per turn he draws another card. And it's
That's true.
2 honor. The price for that I think is a little too much for me personally, but again, I didn't make the game, so.
However, early game, that's pretty great to have out there.
Yes,
right?
just
And late game.
the chance of drawing another card for your turn really will come into play, starting at this halfway point once we get rid of all the honor.
But you bring up a great point. Rune purchase price versus total honor of the card. 6 versus 2 on the All-Seeing Eye. Whereas, flip to Mechana, where we have something like, let's say, a Watchmaker's Altar. You're going to pay 5 runes, and you're going to get
5 honor.
5 honor. So the power might not be as great for its special ability, but honor-wise, it's a pretty good investment.
And
right?
now, if one of the biggest constructs, if not the biggest in the game, is a Mechana construct, the Hedron Canyon. That costs 8 runes. However, that's 8 honor that you get, and once per turn, you gain 1 power for each Mechana construct you control. So if you have construct after construct, Mechana construct, and you get this, that could be a good turn, and you can kill some monsters and gain some honor.
Would you say Kablamo?
I would say Kablimo.
Oh, Kablimo.
I don't know why.
Your
I just
sound
said
effects are
defense
always
that.
the ones we go with. Kablimo.
Oh, as we promised though, once we saw the cultist, my
Kill
cultist,
something.
when it gets killed, my cultist sound.
Couple more
So hopefully someone kills a cultist.
I know.
So
I'd love to see just the small whipping of the cultist really quick.
It's
I like
overrated.
that you
Don't
said
get
my
the- don't get
cultist,
the
my
card.
cultist. It sounded like a Walt Whitman poem.
It could be the beginning of something.
Ralph Waldo
Well, I keep
Emerson
killing
was who I
them
meant to
too,
quote.
so
To all of you
Choose
poets
between
out
2
there.
different cards. If you're like, oh, I can afford all of these.
That's the game
rough.
No judgment, as you see. He has the 2 power. Maybe we get the cultist. Let me do the cultist stream.
Do it. Don't do it.
Spike.
Ooh,
And
he's buying something first.
More drawing cards.
buy first, think later.
Flipping over.
Spike fixing? Is that what he got? Which is nice.
Flips
And,
over the
Avatar of the
R.
Fallen.
Oh, that's a
one of the
nice
most
card.
powerful monster cards out there. It is a buy 7. Gives you 4 honor. It's unbanishable, so no one can banish it from the center row. But you may acquire it.
And he did kill the cultist, by the way, so I'm going to go. That was just not what I wanted to do. That was not how I executed it. That's not what I did in front of the mirror today.
I also heard a burp at the very end of it.
That was just a weird 3 seconds of my life right there. We're going to go back to the game.
Back to the game.
As we see, Sean defeats that 4 right there. I believe it is a mistake of creation right there.
Now, did someone beat the Avatar of the Fallen? Because if so, they can take... No, it is still out there, right?
Yes.
Can I see it out? Yes, there it is. If that is defeated, they can grab that Muramasa without having to do anything, which is huge.
And we just defeated right there was the flight, or someone just got banished.
They banished the Tablet of Time's Dawn.
There we go. Good eye.
Thank you. Strike.
All right, and there's a purchase right there.
All right, your turn.
Can't necessarily see what that is.
Yes, thank you. All right.
By Monsieur Sean, and the turn moves to Mr. Tim. Nope, not Mr. Tim. Turn moves to Adam.
Adam just defeated the level 5.
Bada bing, bada boom.
For 5 and 2.
I believe it is the level 5.
I will take
Seems
him
right.
for
Could be
1.
mistaken.
I've got
Adam
2.
reminds me of that actor, Jesse, what's his face from Breaking Bad?
take
No,
Cultist
Aaron.
for 1.
Aaron Paul.
That's it.
3,
That's it.
I will buy
Sharp looks, keen eye, strategizing,
here
What made that show so
dramatic. Aaron Paul was great.
and
Right? He's got like a little scruff. A little bit. You see a little bit.
A tad Aaron Paul-esque.
Killed his brother too.
The Ascension version.
The Ascension Aaron Paul. I love it. Come on, Adam. Okay, on to Tim. Here we go.
6.
Oh, exchanging his for
He's-
the red.
Yeah, cash in. We need like an official banker
Yeah.
for Ascension.
23.
But look at that.
oh boy.
Sean, Adam has a lot of honor already
Right.
showing right now.
Tim,
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
and it looks like
trade me a
Jeremy
red
doesn't
just so
have a
bad.
ton, but again,
That's all he's got.
there we are. There we go. Got a little great overhead view of some of the constructs that are in play.
We just saw Snapdragon thrown out there.
It looks like Tim is the only one with the 2 constructs. Is that correct?
I do believe that is correct.
And
Could have afforded
bring
most
her out
of it.
too. Well, I've always
Man,
thought
there's
it was
nothing
female.
like playing the game on Ascension
No.
with a chance to go to Las Vegas. Is the
No,
Dude,
nothing.
the color girl is-
Unless you're already in Las Vegas.
That's true. That
And
is
don't
true.
have to play to get there.
Exactly.
But how many people have that, other than the couple million people that live in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
But they probably don't want to be there. They probably want a trip to like Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Quit it, dude. Quit it. Quit drawing
Okay,
stuff.
do we have
Dude,
another?
stop drawing
Look at
cards.
all of those
Hurry up and draw
constructs.
cards.
Or is that just
Those
what
are
he's
just-
playing?
those are
He's
just
playing.
heroes.
But he's got the all-seeing eye out there.
Collect all my stuff here.
All-seeing eye. He's got a spike fixing.
I don't think those are constructs though. He has the.
But
Trees and some militia.
no, yeah, you're right. And he's got the aesthetic.
He's just played almost all his cards he had.
All his cards.
He went all in right there. That's just a power move right here.
And that's again where the enlightened faction.
He's taking the Flytrap Witch.
I've been forgetting to gain the
It's a good grab right there. And I
Am I-
believe he's trying to say he's done.
I call her my flytrap
My bad, I got
princess.
It's, you know,
Which seems a
shares.
little harsh.
Should have gained 2 every
He
turn.
is. That's it. It's his turn. That's a big turn.
I know I have.
Even though he's only sitting with 5, that's a big turn.
That's those. That's all that. Doesn't discard.
6.
Now the things to kill.
1 away.
Just for fun. Just because that's how you guys know.
They
I
get to
am.
draw a card. You like doing that.
What do I gain from him again? 2, right?
1.
1.
1. Uno.
Is that a druid?
And draw a card.
That could be. I believe so.
And draw a card I probably can't use. Good point.
Or runic?
Although
Look at all
that
those
would-
powers. 6
Oh
power
boy.
right there.
Is he taking? Did he take down Muramasa? Did he have enough?
He has 3 more power left. He's gonna kill the cultist. That's better. That's a better cultist.
There it is.
I'll give myself a little credit for that one.
Card. That's not what I wanted. Alright. I'll just do it. Put it out.
Oh, what am I doing?
6 here.
That's stupid. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Thinking,
My bad.
pondering.
It was almost 2. It was almost 5 here. There. I don't know
Step
what those
back.
were. I
I'm
actually
done.
I went, wait, no. Like super quick.
Let's get that.
Ooh, a nice purchase right there.
Sure.
And that is a shade of the Black Watch that he picked up, I believe. Gain 2 power. You may banish a card in your hand or discard pile.
The Watchmaker's Altar finds his way onto the core. That's another Mechanic construct. So a lot of Mechanic constructs being thrown up early in this game onto the board of the center row.
Yeah. And it looks like Sean is playing a little bit more of a void-based style. I don't know what Tim's playing. Tim is an enigma for me, which is how I feel about myself. So it's like I'm looking at myself, thinking about myself, wondering why I'm not playing anything specific yet.
I will take 3 cultists.
But he is sitting with 15 honor, so that's not too shabby. Here we go, over to Tim. And if I see the board correctly, the center row doesn't have any monsters at the moment, do they?
That's a tough matchup when you bring all
He's got 1.
all power in, and all you can do is kill the cultists, and that's a good purchase right there.
And you still got that Avatar of the Fallen sitting out there, waiting to be snatched. Speaking of Avatar, M. Night Shyamalan, another one? Did you hear it on the news? Maybe.
Anything 6
You gonna
or
watch it?
less for another cultist.
Those are
Last
audible head shakes for the audience at home.
Doing that.
If it makes you feel any better, if there had been a 6, I would have just killed it last turn. That's not funny. We shouldn't be so.
Decks are being shuffled. More cards are being drawn. That honor pool is
And on top of it,
Every time someone shuffles,
disintegrating.
not you.
I believe that they're better than me at life because I just can't shuffle.
You said you had friends.
He's not.
These two are friends, right?
I mean, that's the truth.
In the Ludo.
So I don't know. I don't understand where is there a discrepancy in that statement?
No, but I just wanted you to say something that didn't make me feel as
Have
bad.
your friends watched you shuffle ever?
I don't really shuffle in front of my friends.
Is that why I'm going to make you at the next party you go to, even if it's a dance party, and I know it will be a dance party, bring a deck and have to shuffle in front of them. Because I think even while you're busting out the moves, they're going to think, oh my gosh, he can't shuffle. Let's get out of here.
I will I will try.
Three of them would be awesome.
Wait, no.
I wish I could math like that.
I don't know, man.
What kind of game are you playing over there?
Do I get the 2 mystics for
Lots of smiles today, though. Lots of smiles, which
I
is
mean,
good.
there's nothing better than playing these kind
Ascension.
of games, tabletop games.
Oh, we've got a
Ascension.
Watchmaker's Altar.
Yeah.
Watchmaker's Altar on there. Tell me about that real
The
quick.
Watchmaker's Altar is a Mechanic construct. Costs 5 runes, has 5 honor.
Okay.
Again, the Mechanic constructs are usually the ones with the most honor. Once per turn, you gain a rune, and you may spend it only to acquire Mechanic constructs. So
Okay.
again, that could help yourself when you get the Huger
Why am I
Cannon, as we
asking?
see.
Like I have teammates here.
Oh, he's just picking up 2 mystics.
What do you guys think I should
Okay.
do?
So is there anyone on the board right now that it looks like they're really
Win, that's for damn
pegging for the Mechana? I don't see it yet, but possibly Tim might be still.
The Aura initiates.
Jeremy's picking up a lot of good cards right now.
Yeah.
Just picked up a Mystic. Mystic doesn't seem like much, but on a board where there's not that many monsters, the more runes you can have to accumulate will come into play.
In your back pocket.
And you do get an honor point with it coming into the end of the day.
I wish I could just kind of pull mystics out of anywhere. Like, oh, hey.
Oh, I got 3 runes. Let me buy this sandwich, and I
Oh.
don't have to use my money.
Oh, hey, I got to get on this bus.
But also keep the Mystic
with
over
you.
and over
Of
again.
course, a traveling mystic.
If only if life was like
If
Ascension.
life were paid for with runes.
Only if life was like Ascension and you were walking around seeing flytrap witches and druids of the stone circle.
What? You want to run into where's that druid of the stone circle?
Rules here.
All right, and we do have actually another winner of another game. It's Epic Spell Wars, and our winner is Anshul. Congratulations to Anshul winning Epic Spell Wars, one of my favorite games. I know I say this all, but that actually might be my favorite game. He has an all-expense-paid trip to Las Vegas. Congratulations to Anshul from here on the Unrivaled Tournament. Great job.
Way to go, Anshul. Good work. Chance to win $250,000 or a portion of that $250,000 going to Vegas. Love it.
For a game like Epic Spell Wars too, which is pretty cool. We're going to be covering that on on a couple other trips throughout the Unrivaled Tournament series as we focus today on Munchkin Ascension and King of Tokyo.
I feel like you like Epic Spell Wars because you get to use, some foul language, and there's people, characters like Skullzor in there.
I will say that adds a benefit to it.
Sometimes you're hostile, and which is weird for a guy that can't shuffle that well. Like I don't. Maybe
There's
that's
no,
where it's coming
well,
from.
there might be a correlation to that. There might not be a correlation to that. As we see right there, Adam just pulls out a nice card. I think
We've got a Mechana initiate out there. Is that what? Is that what I see? I can't. That's a hard word. That is hard. There it is. Yeah. Initiate. I feel like every time I say it, I'm swearing.
you're initiating something.
And that's a 1-for-1. I don't think a lot of people will be taking that card, so they'll probably get banished. That's a good card early because it gives you option between Rune and Power.
Jeremy.
Jeremy, what a good camera presence.
All these guys are really, it's a very smooth game. They're talking to each other.
Yeah.
And when you're playing, yes, you're trying to compete, but it's also a game. You just want to have fun, and I think this is a type of a vibe that all these guys have together. Ooh.
That's big. Looks like he's going to, he's got 4 power, 3 apprentice out there. Don't know exactly what he took. At this point, I'm wondering whether Tim needs to start getting some bigger.
Didn't notice. I still have 2, so yay.
Well, that's what judges are for.
There he is, takes another heavy infantry.
And yet he wasn't going to say anything unless you asked. So I
Place myself.
5 attack.
I think you haven't paid under the table.
Oh, where'd that come from?
Wait, no, you wouldn't though, because he would have been on your side. Never mind.
And there it is, a Wind Tyrant back out there.
I like the Wind Tyrant.
I do too. They're very blowy. Great way to gain 3 honor and 3 runes. So it should be. It's always fun. I like defeating monsters. I really do. It just makes me feel better.
Yes.
Because like it's instantaneous
You
gratification.
Yes, exactly.
You get a feeling. You get a feeling.
You get a
Like if I hit you right now, you get a feeling.
I wouldn't be happy because the way my hand is, you'd probably crush my wrist.
What? No.
I'm just saying.
We don't condone physical violence, by the way. We only condone tabletop violence on
Now,
the board.
Back to the game.
Back to the game.
We're here with Ascension in the Ontario Regional of the Unrivaled Tournament Series.
I see it. All Seeing Eye is out there.
It's a good construct play right there.
J-Dog, J-Remy tossing out.
It's true. If you decide not to take those points for yourself and wait.
I'm also going to be honest, these shirts that these guys are wearing are top notch.
They are. They're enchanting.
Even
the
here in the
one.
championship, and they're dressing like they're in the championship.
I love it. Do you see our audience of chicken wings back there? I see it's just waiting for the winner. I believe that winner will get some complimentary chicken wings from the plate that's on the first row.
So this is when you start playing hands and you get a lot more cards dealt out.
Starting soon, what you're gonna start to see on that board, because that honor again is draining pretty quickly. You're gonna start to see that a scramble for last minute honor, because there's only a couple more times that you're probably going to be going through your deck, and so right now it's pretty important. Let's take a look at the board, J-Man. Who do you see out there that's leading in our honor? On the board.
Sean has a good showing. I think it has to be between Adam and Tim though. Adam has a lot. Tim has a lot of reds, a lot of rubies.
Yeah,
but then again, we have to think about what we have in the deck. There's a lot of stuff in the deck that a lot of people may play. They may view the way they play differently than other players, and that's all in the strategy that comes to this.
Right. Sean has a decent amount. Sean does a decent amount out there too.
He's looking for that.
Was he going Mechana?
No.
What is that?
He actually is taking the Mechana.
That was the Rocket Courier?
I think that was the Rocket Courier.
Good turn, or good construct to have too. Again, this
true.
might be where he switches. We haven't seen too many Mechana cards out there, but they might be. Look, 2 Avatar Golems on
right there.
The center row.
That Muramasa is still out there with the Snapdragon as well. Those are a lot of cards out there right now that are still that could change the game just by the purchasing.
Let me tell you, Justin, one of my favorite cards is the Avatar Golem, because it doesn't matter which faction you're playing. Either way, you're going to gain 2 power, and for every faction among constructs you control, you're going to gain 1 honor. So that's a pretty nice card to have out there. It doesn't even matter if you're focused on a Mechana a faction. I said a faction almost. It sounded like
I kind of no.
I can't live without your love and a faction.
Well played, sir.
Thank
well played,
you.
sir, Tim. Speaking of Tim, as he looks for his Unrivaled, looks good in his Unrivaled t-shirt.
Come on, Tim. What do we got? He's tossing down a couple, looks like Demon Slayer. Ooh, Demon Slayer's pretty good. You can get +3, so that's he's got a monster killer right there.
He's using a Shadow Star to gain another power, so he has 3 power. I think
is he
5
going?
power plus the
Where's
1
he
power.
Going? What's he doing?
I think he's killing the cultist 3
times. You want to hear the effect? He is. That he is doing, Donkey.
That'll do, Donkey.
He's killing the cultist 3 times. I have to work on that.
We all have to work
I'm
on
sorry.
something. Not these guys. These guys are the best of the best at Ascension. They're just one short game away of going to Las Vegas.
Here in Ontario Mills, California, not to be confused with Ontario, Canada, which when I saw our schedule, I thought I was going to. I actually applied for my first passport, and so I'm pretty disappointed. I'd like to be reimbursed, Oomba. Thank you.
My hand's been a gamble like every time.
It said Ontario, CA. What is Canada's? It's
CAN.
CN.
Yeah,
CAN.
CAN.
Okay.
As you see, the honor pool is diminishing
Dwindling.
by the second.
Look at it. Look at it out there.
And there's still a lot of great cards
Yeah.
out there. A lot of contracts being played. Another banishment of an apprentice right there. That's going to help you out in the long run too.
I mean, I'm pretty impressed, I have to say, with Tim, because it looks honestly like he has not played that much as far as like heroes, but he has a very particular strategy in nicking the cultist for like 3, and then so we'll see how it plays out.
A lot of all these guys, as you can see, have all these different ideas of how to play, whether it's construct heavy, whether it's hero heavy, whether it's take a bunch of cards, exactly.
I should be that guy again, right?
I like our overhead shots because I get to see the definition of their forearms. Look, there, bam. Uh-oh.
Oh, the Mirror Monster was
I don't want
banished.
that.
Yeah.
Get that card out of the way.
As he lays his cards down, immediately buys it, and then pretends like he didn't say anything.
You saw nothing. Everything
So, Jeremy playing a lot of draw cards, a lot of draw heavy stuff. Other than that, it looks like we don't have too many like patrons of a specific. Oh, Wolf Shaman. Good card. Good card. Good card still for late in the game.
He just
Maybe not
purchased,
crazy.
I think he just actually purchased the Watchmaker's Altar, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
So that's another construct that he has. So see the turn in the tide of how this game is going to be played now. Strategy sometimes goes out the window because you're looking to just press for how much honor you're going to have.
on the board. Like that Wolf Shaman. You like? I told you like Wolf Shaman.
Not really.
Like,
That's a good shuffler. He's good at shuffling.
I want to go void.
I like that when you can go in front and behind, in front and behind. My grandpa used to be able to do that. I could never. I couldn't. You're not alone in your woes. Don't ever feel that way.
And I'm not going to banish one for that.
Like what we could do is we could learn to bridge together. You take one pile, I'll take the other, and we'll form
That's 4
a bridge.
That sounds like a pretty decent plan to me.
That's friendship.
That's. I was going to say something dumb, but I'm just going to refrain from myself doing it.
Heyo, there's another. Wow. So there's a lot of honor on that. On the outside of the board. Now, tell us a little bit about when it runs out. Who played first? Who was our first player? And we might have hopped in that a second late, so I don't know if we could have figured it out because we were spitting our yappers. But whoever played first, if it runs out on the second player, that first person doesn't get another turn. It just goes to player 4.
Exactly.
So that's gonna play into the strategy here towards the end as we wind down this Ascension Championship table at our regionals in Ontario.
Adam just played a really smart, just rune or honor heavy
Just to fit in again.
card or round right there, I guess you can say.
Really?
Yeah, he pulled all his cards at one, but got 5 honor, so went straight to the rubies. And as you see right there,
I wasn't paying attention. I was Googling M. Night Shyamalan.
I would be surprised.
Oh! Heyo! What's that?
Well, if we get
Oh, one of my favorite cards, Twofold Ascara. Love that card.
you're a sucker for Ascara.
I love Ascara. It's rare. Why is it rare? You copy the effect of a hero played this turn. That can be a big swayer in a hand. because you can copy anything that's out there. And I'm surprised to see no one really stretching for those avatar golems. I like the card design. Some of the artwork has been, you know, a lot of people aren't like crazy about it. I think it's really cool. Look at this little guy.
The designs, I think, are just crazy in this game. I think one of the more well-designed game, along with Epic Spell Wars.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Epic Spell Wars, some great little
gnarly drawn.
That's a good word. Gnarly. I love this avatar golem. This little guy riding this giant big thing with his glasses. Very like steampunk, Fantastic Four.
Definitely not what I wanted. Too late in the game to get.
And it looks like we are down to just about 15 total honor on the board, roughly. And if we're just going strictly honor points, Tim,
I believe,
and Adam are very, very tight there.
The more
The merrier.
Awesome.
Who was saying by heavy infantry? This guy?
Yes, I was.
Wolf Shaman. Draw a card.
Wolf Shaman? Drawing a card, taking a rune. That's smart. For our first-time players, it's always important, I've found, as I've been whooped several times online, to make sure you draw those cards first before you do anything else. Tends to help.
Oh, and he plays as that Rocket Courier Mechanic construct. 3 constructs out now for Sean.
Are there any constructs though on the board? Are there any Mechana constructs on the board that he can purchase for less money?
I
put in play,
I don't
less
think
runes?
so. Unfortunately not. He's taking a look right now. Only that Snapdragon is out there right now, the Lifebound construct.
Does he have enough?
I'm not sure.
I'm very bad at math. Upside down math is the worst.
No Avatar Golems 3, huh? Even though you'd be
It
gaining.
looks like we have some of our judges in the background. Christian is back there. CJ, probably going to be tallying up the final points pretty soon here, as we are coming down to our last couple turns in Ascension. And there go more of the honor pool. And this is kind of where it's important if you're the last person, if you were player 4, to determine whether you want to leave the honor in there so that it will go all the way around the board one more time, or end the game right there if you think that you've got it capped.
That's where the strategy comes into play.
1 and a card. Discard 1 to draw 2.
This looks like a big hand. Big hand
My cannon.
for Adam.
Play the Void Thirster.
Lot happening.
I love the constructs are coming out at the end of the
Hey,
game.
we just said it in Munchkin, the nitty-gritty. You'll learn that nitty-gritty is one of my
I've
favorite.
noticed already
things.
that you love nitty-gritty.
It's just when you get down to the end of the game, you have to fight for what you're gonna believe is gonna help you win. And this is let's say it again, the nitty-gritty of.
You can't use it twice. You
I'm
just
gonna
use
use
it twice.
it
You
as
have to let a
much
round go
as
by.
possible.
No, I'm banishing nitty-gritty from you. I put it in the void
I
for
didn't
the
see
rest
a
of
card.
the game.
I didn't see a card that you played that allowed that. Nope.
If this were Munchkin, I could do it. I could Munchkin nitty-gritty you.
You could.
I told you
That sounded
might be the
weird.
game-winning card right
That
there.
did sound weird.
Surprise.
A lot of games.
Oh man, was that a hiccup or a laugh?
Very
I don't
Never know.
You'll never know. Come on, there we go. Back to Adam, the Aaron Paul of Ascension. What's he doing?
Something to kill.
This is going to be interesting. I
Is
honestly,
that a tormented soul thrown back out there?
it is, and we've just got a defeat of a monster. Tossing back in the board. Looks like we've got back up there a mistake of creation, which is a quick way to gain 4. I really think
there's
Adam,
the Rocket Courier. Another Rocket Courier.
Burrow mark? No,
That is the Burrow marker.
too.
Sorry, I
And
got
he's-
excited of
that's-
thinking
you did.
Mechanic constructs.
And it looks like, look at Tim. I really think this is down to Adam and Tim. I think Adam might have this, but it's going to be really close. And that it all could come down to this hand by Tim here, as he's extending and reaching, and he takes a 5, banished that mistake of creation. Took 4, changed 1, I believe. And there we go.
Flipping over that.
A drizzle
Ooh,
staff.
the drizzle staff.
Did I say that right? Is it a wrapper?
It's not a wrapper.
It is. It's my egg drizzle staff, yo.
A drizzle staff, yo. A drizzle staff, yo. Either way, it's a good card to have as a lifebound.
What's she gonna do? You're gonna gain 1 power per turn. You might spend 4 to gain 3. That's actually a great way. If you have that out early or mid game, Actually, mid to late game, a quick way to reap the rewards of some immediate honor.
Because you have to. You need
Another
10.
gamble.
Looks like we have about 5 honor left too.
There's all kinds of green.
And we all know what part of the game, what time it
That's
is.
2 of it.
Game time, who?
It is the
Game time?
We'll see.
nitty gritty.
No, come on!
I gave you all the opportunity to say no.
I wasn't. I was thinking about stuff.
Spend on nothing.
I can't believe all of us.
So upset at myself.
I gave you forewarning.
I needed 4 warnings, not forewarning. 4.
That is true.
Down to 4.
Oh
Boy. Who do you got right now? If you had to pick who you think took it,
It's so hard to
who would you
say.
say?
I can spin my 2 first.
I want to say Adam, but there's just something about Jeremy that has. It's very like he doesn't have a lot of honor showing, but I feel like he has a lot of honor that's in his deck that could be the difference.
Never
As
had
we
to
see
do that
3 honor left.
3 honor left. They probably brought over Christian just to talk about, make sure they're playing the round right as far as who's going to be closing, who's going to be going last. Who knows?
Oh, that helps though.
Look,
I love this game. I love this game. And there are tons of iterations of this
I
game.
have plenty of them. I'm good.
Of course, for all you fans out there of Ascension,
6.
several subsets that you can play. Highly recommend getting the app, playing late night online after your girlfriend's gone to bed
I do. I really want to see another.
while you're supposed to be cleaning up.
Oh, wait, no, what am I saying?
It's not a personal tale.
You got that pile there. It makes you feel pretty good, huh?
Oh man, that's 4 heavy
5,
infantry.
maybe 10. I don't know.
At least they're happy. They're all happy.
I like that.
I mean, if you buy that, it's only 4 points anyway.
It's
so
4 points.
Whatever. And you're
Okay.
2 of these and still get 4 points.
See, you might as well just go for
This
the
is back in the end. This is part of the game.
You get 4 points.
A lot of conversation going on,
Remind
so
myself
you
here.
gotta kind of hear all what they're saying. Hear them out a little bit.
What's Jeremy have on the table as far as his constructs when we get to this
You're not
next
going to
turn?
cycle around and see
Can he
it.
take out all
He
the
has
honor?
the
Why stop now?
he has the Watchmaker's Altar,
Okay.
and I believe he has.
over though. Have you been counting?
That's a
Can't
1.
see it right
He's
now.
got a Burrower.
Yeah, no.
Better
He's
not
got the
be
Burrower. He's got the Rocket Courier.
He's got. I
And
believe
he's
it is
got a
the
Void
Grand.
Thirster.
Well, actually,
So,
I believe that's actually the grand design he has. He is
where?
we'll see what happens. I'm not going to
Yeah.
banish a card
Jeremy.
because it doesn't matter anymore.
Did I say the wrong person? Jeremy with the Iron Maiden shirt. Oh, I meant
Sean.
Sean.
I wonder how much longer the rest of the game took.
man.
This game.
I'm so sorry.
So, I'm going to need
Yeah, they're not
How
a-
often do I disappoint you?
It's becoming more of a thing.
You know what? I try and do. I just want to get to the nitty gritty of the names.
We do run out of gems.
Okay, so they are continuing on.
I believe this might be the last turn, however.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, but
They
we
put a
want
little
the
more
colored
from
in.
the bank into the honor pool because they have to make it through one more
I need a red.
round depending on whoever started.
I have 3.
And there's probably going to be some big hands being tossed.
Yeah, 100%.
Hundo.
I can't buy anything that's in a row.
Snapdragon, 2 Snapdragons out there. Drizzle Staff, 3 Constructs out there. Little Lifebound plus the Golems.
No one went for those golems, which was,
Yeah, your turn.
I mean,
Might be one of those cards where it's too late in the game to have any more.
yeah.
effect.
I mean, because you know you're not going to draw it, but still, you got 3 constructs out there if you're.
Oh, big hand played right there. Adam plays a powerful hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attack.
He has 9 attack,
Sounds like 4 cultists to me.
but there's no monsters, so he's
burn.
probably going to kill the cultists
Yeah.
4 times.
You're buying this.
A lot of cultists.
Handed him a few points. I hope that's not the difference, but I think it might.
I just feel bad for that little guy.
We'll find out.
Takes a beating over
It takes
and
a
over
beating.
again.
It's kind of fun though because the artwork reminds me of like Jim Carrey going crazy in The Mask.
Oh, that's actually very
So
good.
he's done. I'm done.
Did I do it right? Is that the right sound? Oh, that sounds like a small motor.
Ooh, another construct play. That is the Burrow Maker.
Burrow Mark
Burrow Mark 2.
What happened to the Mark 1?
We will never know.
Poor design.
2, 4.
We'll talk to Apple about that. What happened to your Mark 1?
And I'm going to
Oh, there it is. What do we have? Lots of runage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 with the option of 7, right?
Don't look at victory numbers. Just go for the pretty looking.
They're all the same.
Oh, they really are, aren't they?
It honestly doesn't matter. So I'll
6
go
with
for
the
it.
It's
option
big right
of
now, too, 'cause
7,
this is
and
the
he's
last.
taking what's. I don't know if that's a.
Love that card.
I'm interested to see. What did he just take? A 2-fold?
3.
What a weird play for me.
Now
You know you're not going to get around to using it. Twofold is
This is
only
probably
worth
the
two.
Especially on the
saddest
last
game
round.
and you
I've ever
spent
seen in my
4.
life. You guys can vouch for me on this one. I'll put it down.
I mean, that would be, you know,
That's 4.
we'll see how that unfolds for
Blanket,
Tim, but
boring,
A very,
last
yeah,
round
like you
stuff.
said, a very interesting play. There has to be
There has
some
to be a
other motive.
reason.
Round
Maybe
was 4 apprentices and a militia. I'm like, what? That's a start game.
because
not an end
he
game.
had 6, he could have taken the. How much is the Yggdrasil staff?
Mistake.
Well, I guess they're about the same.
it's so
Snapdragon and Yggdrasil.
So embarrassing.
You can get a Mystic.
Get a mystic and kill
your
2
consolation
cultists,
prize?
and that's
So 1 and
Avatar Golem's only worth 2 as well, so maybe
counting muscle.
maybe that was the best play.
Yeah,
maybe he
it
did
might
that
have
and took
been,
the
maybe,
cultist.
yeah.
ready to count.
All right, ready to count.
And
Good game, guys.
I believe it is down to the counting
Feel great about it.
phase. Here we go, the final tally. This will be very interesting to see.
I'm gonna guess
What a
right
game
now.
of Ascension.
If I guess right,
Justin, how
that
you
makes it
feeling?
right.
Just interested. I'm gonna give them a chance to hear them counting out, see if we can hear anything.
I don't want to hear him. I want it to be a complete surprise. I think Tim may have.
I still think Adam.
Yeah.
I think Adam might be the one that won. To me personally.
You're the one that won. Hoo hoo hoo. Sorry.
Grease.
Yeah, it's the word. And what my engine needs. Hey, I got something for you.
No, I don't want it right now. Put it back. I don't want that Unrivaled Tournament Series
Actually, you can count the
2017 sticker.
10.
Audience, what you can't see right now is me giving Justin. You know, I'll give it to you on camera. That way they can see it.
Count again just to be sure.
All right, the counting is beginning. This is going to be a close game. Winner's going to Vegas. This is kind of a lot of excitement.
I am jazzed. I am tingling from my brain to my feet.
This is all this game coming down to this.
Right.
Yeah.
And what do we have? What's going to be after this? Do we know?
After this Ascension game,
Yeah.
we will be
I'll say
covering
it out loud
the
'cause I know I
championship
lost.
round of King of Tokyo.
Heyo.
54.
That will definitely be a fun one.
That's
to watch how
embarrassing
that
low.
unfolds.
I think I lost to 69.
Here we go.
73.
Yep.
Here we go.
I've got 10, 20, 30, 40,
The question is, do you
50,
check? Do you check your math?
55.
Do you check someone else's math?
Yeah, that's a very interesting point to
mean,
bring up. I think the judge is counting.
You right?
It's just
Like
to
CJ is
confirm.
just verifying.
I can't really tell
But I
who
managed to
won
kill
after
all my
there.
apprentices.
I think the
but one.
expressions
I'm
are
amazed by
remaining.
that.
68. I think the first time I got 68, the
Oh,
second time I got
Oh,
69.
I saw a point.
73.
73 for Adam.
It's for you.
Did you read his lips?
I did.
That's impressive. I saw 71.
Adam.
Adam, I see a
Adam.
name.
What'd you get?
65.
So I got second.
That could be the winner, I believe.
He's got to count Tim.
second.
Let's see what he's got.
Sounds like
Oh,
68.
Handshake's
Silver
being thrown
medalist all
around.
the way
I know.
up.
It looks like Adam at
Congratulations,
least
silver
beat those
medalist.
3.
I'm going to give him more props.
And it looks like
This is all placing for money.
that's it. It looks like that's it.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Yeah. That was fun.
I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
it
the
is
smile.
Adam.
The
Adam
smile
is
of
gonna
the
get
camera.
the win. There we go. It's definitely interesting because there's all this counting that goes along with it. You're unsure what player has it when the judge comes around, but hey, we figured it out at the end of the day. Adam got it, and you know what? Hey, kudos to Adam. That was a well played game of Ascension.
Good. What a blend.
That
It
was
looked like he had an incredible blend. Great mix in his deck. A lot of strategy. Killing monsters and picking up cards. Very good game. It was hard to tell who was leading.
Yeah,
But
I think one of the very interesting things about this specific game of Ascension was the fact that each player kind of rolled into this with their own strategy of what they were going to play. Some were playing constructs mainly, some were playing heroes, some were buying a lot of mystics early on. Those draw cards, I know that Jeremy was playing a lot of draw cards early on. It was just an interesting way that this kind of played out at the end. It was a very close game, though.
And it didn't look like anyone was attached to a specific faction. It looked like it was a really nice blend back and forth. There you see the Unrivaled banner. I think we have our winner will probably be coming in, Mr. Adam. It's going to be fun to see him play in Vegas.
Yeah,
that's going to be an awesome
it's gonna
final
be
to watch.
interesting to see that with everyone we're going to see throughout the finals. He played. That was probably one of the better low-key played games of Ascension that I've seen someone play, but still able to execute what their strategy was kind of trying to be and gain a lot of honor.
Right. Can I tell you, I was very impressed with your wordage and your verbiage through that entire commentary. So I'd love to give you a present for you for having won the Nitty Gritty Award on an unofficial Unrivaled sticker 2017. That's for you.
That's for me. I appreciate it.
For chucking out the Nitty Gritty card at least
12 times.
12.
Like we were saying, like we covered with Munchkin, back and forth, people at the top, people at the bottom. This was more of everyone was there at the top. People kind of talking. And the good thing about this game, there was a lot of conversation with it. So it was kind of, they were having a great time. They were enjoying themselves. And it just went for some good television to watch.
It didn't look like there were a lot of disputes, which can happen if you get too into it. And of course, obviously, we recommend all sorts of friendly behavior at our tournaments. Like you said, a lot of back and forth. So it'll be interesting to see as we unfold the rest of these regionals, what kind of strategies we're going to see. Are we going to see more of those factions being paired? Are we going to see more Mechana out there? It'd be interesting. Again, probability, return on investments, one of the higher factions. So it should be interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm glad to be here. I'm excited to see what's going to happen down the line.
It's going to be good. As we're going down now
Mr.
to
Mike,
our champion Adam of the Unrivaled Tournament Series game of Ascension. And there was our champion right there with Adam in. Just like we said, another great game played by our champion. That was Ascension, the deck building game of one of the 6 games in our Unrivaled Tournament Series. Up next, we have King of Tokyo, and I'm sure you're going to have a bunch of fun with this one. This is the championship game of King of Tokyo. Winner will go to Vegas, and we'll be right back. We're going to take a short break and then come back for King of Tokyo.
King of Tokyo.